Mark, add you. Britt, add you. What's going on?
Hello again.
Hello. Where the fuck are we at? Alright, here we go. I think I still need to add Brett in here.
Sorry, I have 2 pairs of headphones on my desk, and I apparently plugged the one that wasn't on my head in. That's pretty tight. That's a great start.
Oh,
I do it often.
Sorry,
There we go. Got everybody
Oh,
in here.
they're the babies. Oh, my sweet babies.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great start.
Oh, yep, there's my...
I do it often.
Can everybody hear each other?
They're the babies.
Somebody's got some crazy audio going on. We gotta turn that down.
Oh, that's me. I got a computer next to this computer running. I like to party, so, you know.
Is that better?
Yeah, perfect.
Here, this will be a little bit better.
Ooh,
Actually,
there you go.
Is anybody listening to this on their phone or something?
It's my, yeah. Hold up. Here it is. Hey! Alright. Yeah, just because the audio loop is...
That's fine.
There we go. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? We can start with Mark.
Well, fuck you, Mark.
I don't know. Fuck you guys. Like I already had to do this shit once. Like you should know. You two fucking now.
Jeez.
So we're welcoming Mark back for the second week in a row.
You guys can say it. I'm gonna keep eating this fucking stupid spicy ramen I made. I'm sweating to death right now.
Did the chili? Did the chili ramen?
No, it's just I just put a bunch of like chili powder and curry and shit.
We don't make that anymore. The kind
Yeah.
that legitimately lived on them for like 8 years.
Jail ramen?
Yeah, they don't
With
make
Yeah,
Tony
that.
prison
they don't-
ramen?
Kind that we would always get that spicy chili. Done.
Damn, dude, that shit was good.
It's gone.
Oh, so we know Mark Worm. You know Mark Worm?
No.
Maxwell.
Brett?
And what did everybody
Mark.
do in the band?
I ate ramen.
At one point, I pretty much have done everything. So that's a thing.
I did vocals and get carried to the van often.
Yeah, that's better.
I ate ramen. I played drums, and then I loaded gear into said van.
I always say my favorite part about being a vocalist was that you never had to carry any gear.
Oh no, that didn't.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I carried
Yeah.
a fuck ton of gear.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not a team player.
No, you're definitely a fucking asshole.
Alright, so I kind of like totally got like sidetracked and forgot that I'm supposed to be conducting an interview. So like, let me find my bullshit. Dylan, is there anything going on in the comments off rip?
No.
Well, I want to remind everyone that they can comment questions and we'll ask them during the show. And if everybody could also give this a share, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see, I found my notes. Here we go. Alright, so what was Cinder's last release?
Official release or just release in general?
I mean, you can answer it either way.
Didn't you do that discography? Like the discography lathe?
No, that wasn't discography. What it was it was just a technically.
It was a summer sampler, wasn't it?
Yeah, summer sampler.
Okay.
But what's funny about that was we got the initial copies and they had the songs out of order, and then they tried blaming us. And I remember I had to argue with them for like a week, and then they ended up saying, oh, "Okay, I guess we're wrong," and sent us a whole another batch of copies. So.
I think the last song or music we released might have been a re-recording of Faith Healer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was probably 2013 or 14, somewhere in there.
Right on.
That was a.
What were some of the other what were some of the other projects that you guys worked on? I know
Worked
that
on
there
a
was.
ton of shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what were the big names?
You go first.
We already heard all this from
Yeah,
Mark
bands
last
that
week.
Oh.
What have you been working on, or what have you been in? Since...
I guess I'll start with current. Currently, I'm playing in a band called Pure Hiss. I'm playing in a band, Dead Church. You were in that band for like a second.
Yeah, I was in Dead Church as well.
A band called Treason, and a band called Law. Like just all kinds of different stuff. Like hard power violence and I've played in a bunch of bands over the years. Signs of Hope, Rose Funeral. I mean, that's worked a while. I guess
Ring
Bear. Yeah. You?
Since Sender days, did Severnine Complex, Kissy Face Fashion Faux Pas, 3 Parts Demon death metal band. I'm working on a band right now called Deeper Graves, just a project. Got a couple other things in the works, but just mostly sticking with the stuff that I've been doing for years at the same time.
Right on. Man, there's some kind of crazy noise coming from you guys' Skype. It's like white noise. Is there like a fan blowing directly in the microphone or something?
God knows, probably. Hold up.
Try to make you guys as uncomfortable as possible for this.
No, I mean, did you get
any of that?
Yeah, was the audio coming through okay?
Yeah, you can hear it. It was just there's just a weird noise in the background.
All right.
It's just us being really annoying.
So where did the name Cinder Receiver actually come from?
Legitimately, I thought it was kind of just funny because it was a receiver. I'm queer and anal sex. Done deal. There it is.
I never put that together. I never thought that.
Everybody thought it was like the male, or a lot of people thought early on that we were a Christian band, like the sender and the receiver. That was asked a lot.
until merch hit the streets.
Yeah, and then they kind of saw us play or heard the shit we were saying, and then merchandise and stuff. And I was like,
Merch definitely set the record on that.
Do you feel like you made it a point to let people know that that wasn't the case with your merch?
Essentially.
Because I'm pretty sure like everything I ever saw was like a bloody Jesus or like an inverted cross.
Either that or fun stuff like astronauts floating in space and more upside down crosses, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, basically.
Lots of colors, lots of things, very circa 2006.
Yeah, Myspace era, you know.
And what was everybody's individual favorite song to play live?
Mine was Keith Richards,
Yeah,
because I got hype as shit.
yeah, that was fun. Faith Healer was cool too.
Faith Healer was good. Holocaust.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, I think probably Keith Richards, even though it's an old as hell one, didn't really even fit the style we played anymore by the end, but it was just fun because it was super hype, jumpy, get rowdy type stuff at the end. So it was a good show closer. Got me moving around.
How about you, Mark?
Mark's being awful quiet over there.
I'm here still.
No audio.
I don't have audio though.
You can't hear us?
Oh. No.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Of course.
He's dropped a case of
It's even better because I can just see his face be like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
So
Great.
hold on. Mark's audio is not working on his Skype.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's coming through.
All right, let me fucking if it's on his end, there's not much I can do.
Push the mic button. Oh, your cables. Something's messed up on your phone.
Oh, you know what it is? It's this shitty fucking trash fucking charger.
There you go. It works. Welcome.
I'm just happy it's not on our end this time. Because all I do is, when it comes to me fixing any issue on this podcast, I'm just like, let me just panic attack live on air, until I decide that we're gonna do this next week.
Reschedule.
But yeah, Faith Healer and Catholicost. Those two were my favorite.
And what were some of the cool bands that you guys got to tour with when it came to Cinder?
What is it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What was some of the bands you got to tour with when it came to Cinder?
Yeah, I mean, a lot over a long period of time. Elijah, Arson Scale Girls, Knights of the Abyss, With Blood Comes Cleansing,
Me and Call It Us,
Madre, Colloquial Kiss,
Siapis. Oh no, that was.
I did like a date or something.
No, I'm thinking of Urban Bear.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to.
Abominable Iron Sloth.
Yeah, the Iron Sloth.
Hold the Rolling Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Secretary.
That's a hell of a roster, man.
Technically, like I think, like we did like 2 days or 3 days with like Ed Gein and Engineer.
Oh, we played with Gaza all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know,
a lot of days with Gaza.
Played a ton with Gaza. They would just pop up and sing for like days straight.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember, but it was just a lot of bands.
Yeah.
We like right in the beginning, it was just pretty much on the road non-stop.
Yeah.
And then
well, I mean, back then that's the way shit had to be, you know. Like, social media isn't really what it is now, you know. I mean, like, yeah, there was MySpace, and you could upload a couple songs, but like, if you weren't constantly on the road, like, no one was gonna know who the fuck you were. And I kind of wish shit was like that.
Well, yeah, that was still during a time where you could be a smaller band and go out, and people were so excited to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that like you couldn't obviously grab everything from the internet then. It just took a little bit longer. But like now, you can see HD live videos. You can get their entire discography in a click of a button. You can order the band's merch, and I mean, heck, there's like groups like this, you know, where you can get band's merch too now, and like kind of like everything's way accessible. So there's really no exciting or like, you know, here's a sell point. We need to go see this band because they already know that, okay, well, if they play this fest, they're going to play this and this and this. So like people just kind of stop. They're losing interest in going out to see live bands.
Netflix ruined everything.
And Max, you run a venue, correct?
Well, that actually just closed like about a week and a half ago. I'm in the process of relocating, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you feel like the trend of, you know, people not really wanting to see live shows has actually hurt the business in that sense?
Absolutely. I remember I've been booking shows for about 15, 16 years, and it was a lot easier just to throw 2 or 3 bands and you would get 200 or 300 people, like without even, you know, worrying about it. And then now you're having to just go above and beyond to get 60, 70 for some smaller bands. Like, you know, like bigger shows still have people coming out, but that's because they're already established. Like, I think the switch was before. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like, oh, I remember seeing a band in a basement with 5 people, right?
Yeah.
Now people don't want to be a part of that. They I think they're almost like they're above it or they're embarrassed, so they're going, okay, I'm going to go to this show. Like, I don't know any of these people. Nobody's there. Like, that's not cool. But they'll go to a show though where they see that every single one of their friends is going. It's a social thing, and it's just hard kind of getting people excited about new music before it's got hype behind it, I guess.
I think it's
back then too, like shows were like an event. Like now it's just a thing that happens in your neighborhood. Like back then it was like the thing to do on any given night. What are you doing tonight? There's a show. Let's go.
We all have to go.
Yeah, we're going. Now it's just like, oh, there's a show. Yeah, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on. And it might just be, you know, everyone's gotten older. The generation behind us hasn't really picked up where we left off.
Yeah.
You know, culture's changed a bit, accessibility. So
What's
like
weird
you
is,
said,
I think they have just left heavier type of music, and it's kind of like transitioned into different stuff. I know it's like a lot of this,
vaporwave.
kind of a lot of the kids. A lot of kids that would have went to, like, I guess, you know, like, you know, seeing some deathcore bands or some, I guess, white belt grind bands.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go to more of like a kind of like Little Peep type show. You know what I mean? Like something where I see a lot of the same similarities where it's like, okay, they're young, they're excited, they're kind of coming into their own. That's where they're going. And you'll see those shows packed with lots of young kids that are the same demographic. So it's shifted to a different style of music, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think
what it is.
Like it has a lot to do with how our generation we're all older now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pushing 300 pounds, and I'll really hurt somebody if I jump off of a stage now. So I'm kind of the guy who stands. I'm kind of the guy who stands in the back and watches everybody else drink beer. You know what I mean? Like it's not as fun as it used to be. But it's like, oh, Dillinger's coming. I'll buy a ticket for Dillinger or like something like that, you know. But it's not like I don't even know where people go like every weekend for shows around here anymore. Honestly,
They don't.
Max's place.
Well, it's weird too because everybody is promoting shows still. They're still letting it be out there. But the problem is when you're scrolling on your phone, how many things do you see? Yeah, you see it, but do you really take it in at all? Or is it just click onto the next, click onto the next?
Yeah.
So unless it's something that is really like said, oh, Dillinger's coming through, I have to go to that. You're probably not going to think about it. And even if that is a band, you're like, oh shit, that was last night.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Or everybody's just
Mark's gotta do
developed
something.
like a
He's
anxiety
waiting.
disorder.
How do you feel about it, Mark?
Well, I don't know. It's weird because like when I lived in Kalamazoo, like I don't know, I was in one of the only 3 like metal bands in that whole town. But like you'd go to fucking shows and it's like, oh, there's 300 people here. All of them are getting shit faced and none of them are watching the music. So like yeah, you can like have a fucking town or like just like a scene that seems like it's doing really well, but how many people are actually there for the music? Like at like a smaller, like, obviously, yeah, you're gonna pay like $40 to go see fucking Dillinger or something like that because like you know it, like it's been through your fucking life and shit, like you've lived with that band basically. But yeah, you get all these like new up and coming bands and shit. Like I still fucking tour like once or twice a week out of the year and shit if I can. And I don't know, I still see it. Like you go and fucking play these places and like sometimes it's like, oh, there's like 60 kids here. This is really sweet. And then sometimes you play a bar and it's like 2 people. And it's like, oh, this is still sweet because I don't know. Like
Well, what's interesting about you bringing up like the Kalamazoo thing, I remember, playing through there a couple times obviously as well and stuff. And it was weird. It was more of like a party. Those type of shows. It felt like legitimately like I'm going with what you're saying, but in a different way. They weren't like it was background music happening in the basement maybe, and then everybody's upstairs and congregating. But here's even weirder. No one's donating to the bands.
Yeah.
Like they're acting like that's not even a part of what's happening, and it's crazy. Like you said, there's 300 people, and even if you're lucky, you might get a 1/5 downstairs. And nobody's giving any money, just even like $1 or $2 on a donation show.
It's because we don't play on breakdowns.
It's just crazy. Like going through I guess it's weird because like donation shows work in a lot of places, but at least around here you can't get away with it at all. Like when I go through Canada, a lot of shows are a donation, and you'll walk away with like $200. Like even a small band, just because everyone's like, all right, I've got $1. Cool, I've got 10. Oh, I've got 20. Okay, well, I have 50 cents, whatever. It's just very weird how like other places seem to care more, but even Michigan, especially right now, if you try to do donation, everyone's gonna be like, oh, that means it's free, and I'm buying more beer.
Yeah,
That's true.
Well, shit. I mean, I remember even back in the early 2000s, our local venue was the skate park of Tampa, and when it was really like what did Show Me the Pink say, Dylan? Is like the punk show is inside, the fashion show
No,
is outside,
fashion.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I remember all it was everybody just getting shithoused in the parking lot, and then maybe like 10 to 12 people inside, unless it was just like a amazing show, like fucking like Genghis Tron came through or something, like we're definitely all inside for that, but majority of the time it was just people outside getting fucking wasted.
Modern Exchange.
Yeah, well, yeah, good old Modern Exchange or MySpace Internet Cafe.
Yeah.
It was like
On GS360.
Yeah, 16-year-old kids that are getting hammered in the parking lot, and then you're just like, oh, this is very comfortable. We were going to, it's like, okay.
Is there anything in the comments right now, Dylan?
Yeah, Keith actually said a couple things. If sender receiver were a ramen flavor, what would they be?
Oh, I think the general consensus here is a spicy flavor.
Absolutely. We're going spicy chili.
Yeah, spicy chili's my vote too.
Bring it back. Honestly,
I got some still.
Like legit.
Hold on, I will be right back. I need a beer too. I'll be back.
No.
Keith also asked, were you in Rose's funeral when the Uno debacle happened?
Absolutely not.
No, he was not, Keith.
Can you elaborate on what that is? I have no idea what the Uno debacle is.
As far as I know, because I still had like some of the members that I work with, I believe, were still in the band at the time. More or less, like I guess it's kind of a form of protest because they didn't like the band. Some dorky kids were sitting down playing Uno in front of the stage while they were playing, and they just obviously got upset about it, and it turned into a huge thing, and everybody was making fun of them because, I mean, it's pretty funny to be honest. Yep, there it is.
All right. I have.
No, that is the wrong kind. See, that's they still make.
Oh shit!
They still make those, but it's not the top or whatever, top ramen. You know, because that's not vegan. That was the issue.
No, this isn't even the right one. I grabbed the wrong one, anyways.
Yeah, it's just regular chili flavor.
This is the shit version of
Garbage. This does not give you what you need. This you mix them together, and it's trash.
No, I mean this is a variation of the official sender receiver ramen.
Yes.
Just want to know when this is good, man. This is gotta be fucking ancient.
So I believe we already asked Mark this question.
Like that.
What was that?
I said I believe we already asked Mark this question 2 weeks ago, but what's your guys' dad's favorite band?
Say dad's favorite band?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wait. Did I?
Your dad's.
Your dad.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I couldn't tell you. My dad's more into like old classics. Like he was into like Sinatra and like the Four Seasons, Frankie and Four Seasons, stuff like that.
I'm
So
upset about that.
I couldn't tell you, man.
Okay. My dad, it's obviously music, but he doesn't listen to, like, I guess, any type of bands whatsoever. He listens to movie soundtracks.
Hey, that's pretty sweet, though.
Hey, he would be driving me to school.
Yes. Yeah.
He would drive me to school with Last of the Mohican soundtrack, Terminator 2, Gladiator. So you got to think you're going like, bah, 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 like just getting super pumped on the way to school every day. That was my mornings prior to getting the license. Yep.
What was the first CD you ever purchased?
No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom.
I'm surprised I haven't heard that more because a lot of people had that CD. I remember that.
Fucking awesome.
Mine was either Hello Nasty by Beastie Boys or Follow the Leader by Korn.
Yeah, that was close in there as well.
Yeah.
Follow the Leader was definitely like the third CD I ever bought. I remember that.
I think Beastie Boys might have been preceding that by about 20-something years.
My grandmother saw she was babysitting me when I was younger, and she saw the CD, and she decided she saw parental advisories, and she was looking through the booklet, and she's like, "This is inappropriate, and you are not allowed to listen to this." I was like, "You're literally not my mom." She's like, "I don't care. While they're on vacation, I control things." And then I snuck and grabbed the CD and kept listening.
You know, I'm coming to an age where it's like, it's okay if I like Korn at this point. Like,
Korn's always been awesome.
Well, everybody would always give you shit about Korn, and now it's like Korn is like classic rock almost. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
How many car rides that would be going, and then like literally someone would just pop that on and lose it.
Here is a little bit of sender receiver trivia behind the scenes. We discussed covering Somebody Someone a few times because it's just so fucking heavy.
Absolutely.
Obviously, never
Yeah.
made it. We did discuss this.
Yeah.
And as I've been revisiting Korn, if you go through my Spotify, you'll see it's been played. The first two or three albums have been played quite a bit. I've been realizing that a lot of bands wouldn't have the heavy influence that they have if it wasn't for bands like Korn. So it's like nu metal served its purpose, you know, to bring breakdowns about and shit like that.
That was my onboarding point.
Yeah, you gotta look at when they started, you know, early 90s and stuff like that. I mean, granted, there was obviously, like, you know, bands still doing, like, heavy stuff at the time frame, you know, like,
Yeah.
Crowbar had stuff
Right.
going on, but
I didn't have access to like At the Gates of
Yeah,
Suffocation when I
exactly.
was like
so you're
12.
hearing that and you're going, what is this?
Yeah.
Angsty, you know, and then you're kind of, if you're in a small town and you have something like that, where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I can latch on to this. I don't feel like quite a freak
Exactly.
anymore.
That was, I mean, especially with it being on TV, that was like the only kind of shit you got on TV as far as metal was concerned. You got your Korn, your Limp Bizkit, and your, once in a while they get System of a Down or Cold or something. So, you know, that was like,
Girl.
yeah, when you're 11, 12 years old and you're getting in, like that was my getting in point was like Korn, Slipknot, Mudvayne, and then from there it was like, oh, I can ride my bike to the record store now. Let's look for more shit like this. Oh, Nile and Dying Fetus. Maybe that. It was like cool downhill from.
Hello, Obi.
Right.
And Relapse.
Yep.
Thank you for helping me expand my palette.
Yeah, like, you have things like Korn. What? No, here, take this Nile, please. All right. Dimmu Borgir. Okay, it's like Korn, sure.
And then you would start getting like these smaller labels too that were like, okay, we have these bands that are just coming up and nobody's releasing them, like Black Market. I remember when that label really started taking off. Like, you think about how many Crucial records came out on that too.
Oh
like,
god, that
or
Abacus.
Records, Abacus,
Yep.
like just so many of these labels that were pushing stuff. And then like even if you couldn't get on those, then you had like smaller stuff. Obviously, like the Bella was doing stuff.
Saw Her Ghost.
Saw Her Ghost.
Love Lost.
You had Black Dahlia Murder on there. You had
That was also
Iceberg. You had
that was Into the Mode, yeah.
You had
started.
Sub-Zero. You had Through the Eyes of the Dead.
Yep. Scar of Ages EP.
And the split with the Knife Trade.
Yes. Actually, that's all right.
Sorry, we're just going off on a tangent here.
It's all good. So what was your guys' like biggest influence as like a child? Like the first person you ever saw that like made you want to play an instrument or be in a band?
First call no, Weezer.
I started playing music when I was probably like 12, 13, playing drums. Just had like that desire to like hit stuff constantly, like with rhythm. So I started playing drums, but like I never really got into like I never was pushed into something by like seeing a band that was like, oh, all right, I gotta really step in or like really push me. I don't know, I guess just kind of fell into it, you know. I picked up the drum set, started playing, dicking around like everyone does, but then once I started like playing with other people, started picking up more CDs, it just kind of evolved from there. Ended up on vocals after a while because drums are fucking expensive. And we have 10 drummers here.
Yeah. I stumbled on a bunch of crazy shows when I was like super young because Des Moines had a ton of stuff that would always go through because if you're trying to get to the west or the east coast, you really don't have many options. So that's kind of at least like after Colorado, you can kind of go bam, 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 and really start hitting things.
I will say the one band that like really kind of got me into the scene properly was Simon Collapse. Because we used to play, you know, we played like the small time local shows and the small touring bands. We played with them with my old bands in high school. But it wasn't until I like started hanging out with the guys in Signs of Collapse and shit that I actually got kind of roped into the scene. We started playing like, or going to local shows with like Ed Gein, of course, the band, you know, Black Dahlia, like Ion Dissonance, Dead to Fall. Those guys knew those guys. They play shows all the time with them, house shows, garage shows. So once I started hanging out with those guys and playing with them, then it kind of really pulled me in.
So what would you guys say is the weirdest place you've ever played a show?
Where it began.
Piano Factory?
That was, I mean,
Piano Restoration Warehouse was pretty different.
I think one of the weirdest ones, I don't think either of you were in the band yet, if I recall. It was in, actually Montana. I'm pretty sure it was Montana. There was an Indian reservation, and we played there at this person's like literal house, and with like people just standing there, and like nobody was talking to us, so it was really, really weird, and everybody's just like literally going, I'm like, okay, and then I don't know, it was just such a weird environment because the mom is cooking food upstairs while we're playing, and like, you know, walking down, like talking to the kids, being like, hey, are you ready for dinner? And I'm just like, okay, this is very strange. And that was one of the weird ones, I'd say, right there.
Weird ones I think of are Piano Factory. That was actually sort of creepy because it was a warehouse filled with hundreds of pianos, like Raiders of the Lost Ark style, but with a show in the middle of it. Other than that, there was when Kissy Face played creative. We played some college, but like in the cafeteria in the dorms or something, and it was really weird because it was like a little shop or something we played in, and the whole time they were like, oh yeah, no, you guys will be good. And we're like, we draw a lot of power. We have this whole light setup. We have our own PA. We have 17 people in this band. And they were like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. And, get fucking 2 songs in, blow the power, 2 more songs, blow the power, 2 more songs. And we're in a college. I'm like, how the fuck? They're like, oh no, it's cool. We have soccer games next door. We run off of these breakers. Couldn't fucking hold out. It was very strange though. It was like a little store.
Well, they're clearly just like lighting units.
Yeah, no,
probably all bullshit.
The show was just odd because it was like in like the store in a cafeteria in a college, and it was like, who okayed this? Who was like, this is a great idea?
A lot of weird restaurant shows always.
That volcano we played in.
Yeah, that one too. Absolutely.
I don't really think of really weird places. Max has probably had more of those than I have. Mark too.
Interesting stuff in Mexico. That was always.
Nobody has any interesting questions for Mark. He looks very bored.
His arm looks very, very awkward in the way he's sitting too. Yeah. Mark, what's the weirdest place you played?
What?
What's the weirdest place you played?
I mean, last time I just talked about the haunted basement because that place just smelled bad.
It's fun.
Yeah, but that was like
a home base.
Yeah,
it was a great venue. It's the same with that fucking house we played at in Omaha.
Was that the one that had like the stone walls, the cellar?
No, the one that the fucking like the one with the fucking water that was all over it.
Oh my god, why can't I think of it? Because the dudes from Hercules, which now are playing in like Bit and Life.
L'Oreal.
That was the one that had like the staircase, the rickety stairs down a cellar that went at
Remember
like
there
an
was
L
the
shape.
drip that was near the electrical panel? We played with Cloud Rat down there.
Yeah, them and now we played with. Yeah, God, there was like
and the
puddles in
electricity was just shifting in and out when we were playing.
It was terrifying.
West End.
Yeah.
And
West End, but no, I just remember the
and
fucking toilet. The toilet didn't work.
Those guys, people that
You're
all
cutting out, Mark. I can't hear your audio. No, I was thinking of a different place. It was the place that had like the angled stairway that was like into a cellar and it was all stone.
Kansas City.
Basement was dirt. It was almost like the Independence House.
Yeah.
But like to get the cabs down there, because we had Luke Rouse cabs that were like 10 feet tall, 300 pounds. But trying to get them down that like cellar, and it was just a dank basement that they packed like 70 people into, and you'd suffocate.
Do y'all remember Mr. Big
Tufts?
Yeah, there in
Missouri.
Mr.
Migtuff?
Yeah, it's Mr. Big Stuffs, but like with the B and the M reversed.
It was like a fucking shed in the middle of a swamp in Missouri or something.
So yeah, it's
No, it was really cool.
No, it was actually awesome because it was like this big oversized garage, at this kid's parents' house, and
the town had like 5 buildings. Though.
Because we drove through the town. It's that small. It's Malta Bend.
Oh yes,
Malta Bend.
Yeah.
We drove through it and didn't realize it and saw that we entered up. We're like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And then we came back, and then all of a sudden we just see this huge group of kids, but they converted like this big garage into an actual venue, like with a stage and a PA.
It was basically, like those barn sheds. It's like a barn-sized shed, just aluminum. But they just lined the entire interior with mattresses, built 2 stages in there, had a great sound system, and this place was a very small town. There was like a post office and a dry cleaners, but they had like 150 kids.
Wasn't it with that band Cowboys vs. Indians? You remember that band? From St. Louis or Kansas City? One of the two. Anyway, I think it was with Afterkill, actually.
That sounds accurate.
Because they also played with us in Wichita a lot. But
was that when we were out with Gaza? Or was that the same week?
I don't
know.
I think it was when we were on the way to the West Coast.
Yeah, you're
before
you're right.
everything.
Before all the breakdowns.
Yeah.
So did you guys
Yeah,
ever
that was-
did you guys ever tour through Canada?
I didn't know it was.
We played only like a couple Canada shows and a couple Mexico shows. Nothing like actually like long. You know what I mean, it was just like, okay, we're gonna play like Tijuana, Mexico City, and then
Did anything ever
Sure.
crazy happen at the borders?
Absolutely.
Oh, the hate breed custom
Oh
guy.
yeah, that was fun. Okay.
Yeah, you. Okay. All right,
You can start. I'll
so
finish there.
I don't remember. I don't remember if it was actually sender receiver or
It was
when.
both of us.
Okay, so when we were doing Dead Church and Sender Receiver at the same time, we did a tour or a couple days out where it was Sender Receiver and Dead Church. Me and Max are playing in both bands at the same time. So we drove into Canada, no issues whatsoever.
Coming back in.
Yeah,
we're
then-
going back into We're going to Buffalo.
Yeah, so when we get to Buffalo to get back into the U.S., it's like me, Max, and like 4 other dudes. We have 2 cars. There's Bruxism,
Yeah,
and then Joey Russo was with us as well.
Yeah, I think you
we
missed
had-
out on this one.
But, yeah, you weren't with us on this tour, but we had 2 cars. We get pulled over in customs. They stop both cars, pull us all out.
Like 45 minutes.
It was long. I think it was longer than
Yeah.
that. They had us stopped for a while, and they like brought us into this building. We saw them go outside with like dogs, and they were like digging through all of our vehicles, which are literally jam packed. It's 3 bands worth of gears and like 2 station wagons, and like we're just sitting here like, you know we don't have any drugs, but we're like, we know that they're probably gonna be
It was
dicks.
the distro, remember?
Oh
I
yeah, the
just-
merch,
I
undeclared
had,
goods.
I had a bunch of distro items with me, like LPs and stuff like that, and then it was quite a bit.
So ultimately, ultimately, what happened was we were all sitting there. We were worried about making it to the show in time. It was the funeral home, and we were like, "Shit, man, this is not looking good." And then all of a sudden, this huge dude with like combat boots, like
tactical gear, type
ripped
shit.
ass customs guard, walks up to us and he's like staring us down, looking up and down these benches at like 8 crusty dudes, and he's like, "You guys like hate breed?"
Okay, close. He literally comes up. So you guys, are you a metal band? And we're just like, yeah, more or less. All right, like heavy stuff then. You hate breed? And then we're all just like, yes. He goes, welcome home, boy. Boom! Slams down the stamp approving us and just lets us go.
Yeah.
And we're all just like, fuck yeah! And then he let us on our way.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious. This dude was very intimidating. Like he
I thought he
was
was gonna
like,
kick our ass.
he was like, you know, 6'6" maybe, combat boots, ripped, shaved head. You know, I'm like, I'm not like intimidated by most people. This guy looked like he was ready to just like tear us to pieces.
And like somehow, it's even weirder. They're denying us at this point to go back into America. So I'm just like, I'm going, are they going to deny us and make us go back through Canada to go back into Detroit? It was just very confusing, like
But
what they're in.
ultimately, know this: if you like hate breed, you're American enough to come back across the board.
It was super fucking slow.
that got us through. He was just like, yes, I love hate breed.
I'll never forget that. Welcome home, boys. Bam!
That's fucking awesome.
That show was with the.
Yeah. Those are battle sets.
It was the battle sets. It was Bruxism versus Water Torture and us versus oh shit. No, because Russian band played too.
Or shit.
And I'm gonna be a real.
Anyways, yeah, we
I'm
forgot.
sorry.
Let's move on. Old.
So many bands.
Hey, so Mark,
Huh.
what are you? Do you have a name for the project you're doing with Maya?
Oh, the thing you used for the intro?
Yes.
No.
Did you put vocals on it?
Huh?
Put vocals on it yet?
Not yet. I have to talk to Maya and Heath about it, because what I'm doing is I'm programming all this shit and then I'm sending it to my buddy and he's resampling it and like re-editing stuff, and then we send it to Maya and she just records guitar to it.
So no talks about a name yet.
No talk at all yet. I've been working like 6-day weeks, so I've just been like exhausted as shit, not doing anything.
Do you guys plan to take that live, or is that just gonna be a recording?
It'd be awesome if we can do it live, but
I think you definitely need to make something of it because it's super fucking sick, man. It's really good.
well, that's what happens when you're really bored and you're watching Family Guy. You just like sit alone, like hanging out with your dog. You just program DigiDrive because 16.
Crush Duster.
Right.
Is Cody there with you?
Yeah,
What was his name? Kane.
Kane, Cody.
Yes.
So
What's
Cody's
up,
working
Cody?
on drinks currently.
Look at that
That's the
lazy.
cutest fucking dog
He's just
ever.
not even trying to help out here.
I'm just trying
I
to
haven't heard him say a single thing.
Yeah, Cody's input has been very minimal tonight.
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset about it.
you can take the conversation to him.
You know, if you didn't say anything and you just swapped the like places with Cody, like it'd probably be the same interview because you're not really saying much. So just leave Cody there, and then you can go eat your ramen.
No, the ramen's gone. I already ate.
No, the ramen's gone. That's what Mark's confirmed. No, the ramen's gone.
So what's Cody's favorite band?
I'm okay. I'm not talking a lot because my mouth is still like trying to recover from all the bullshit I put in that ramen. Like it was really fucking hot.
You knew what you were getting into. You knew the interview was coming.
I
You chose that. Well,
And okay, you set the interview, and then you're late to the interview, and then you're eating during the interview, and then not talking during the interview.
I think Mark's had his fill of sheep's
But
clothing.
I literally had band practice, then fucking checked for this, and then was like, oh shit, I haven't eaten in like 6 hours. I'm gonna fucking make some ramen.
And then he just sits and spins around in circles the entire time he's being interviewed. To give everyone motion sickness.
That's literally what happened. That's why I'm looking down right now. I'm like, oh gosh.
All right, I got a question for you guys. When was the last group Mangina picture?
2013?
Yeah, probably.
And where did the Mangina pictures originate from?
Yeah, the Wizard staff.
What was that?
Where did the Mangina pictures originate from?
Honestly, did that a lot anyways.
Oh man.
We just like to
Rambunctious.
pull our shit out
Yeah.
while we take
Well,
photos.
we didn't pull it out. We made sure to cover it up. 'cause
Right.
That's the
Maybe it was
No,
silent.
If you look back through Sender Receiver's like tour photo history, like when we stand with other bands and take our end of tour group shots,
It's
you will see Max floating in the back, and in 75% of them, tucked and ready. Like just
I think my favorite part though was just like I'm completely making an ass of myself, but then you just see the other band just being like, "Why the fuck are we doing this?" Like it's completely like over whatever is happening right there. They're like, "Fuck this guy and fuck this band."
So when you think about Sender Receiver as a whole, what are some of the memories that come back like instantly? Like tour memories or anything like that?
Some of the best times and some of the most stressful times.
yeah.
100%. Like it was always just up and down. Like
Sender was the best time of your life and the worst time of your
oh
life.
my god, yeah, for real.
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
The worst of times. Like for real though, that is where that came from.
But I mean, like, the good times were enough to make it always like worth it. Like,
Yeah.
even when we were like having the worst time of our lives, like when we were ready to like kill each other. Not even us, but you know.
I almost did kill somebody.
Yeah, like when we were like at wit's end, like even after those instances, like I'm still always like, Sender was the shit, man. Ready to go back? Let's do it. You know, I've always had a great time. Like we'd have like the worst tour in the universe, and I'd be like, when's the next one? Fuck it.
We got so lucky. People were so generous. And,
Yeah,
like,
we did have.
willing to put up with us always. And I don't know. I definitely met some of my best friends from doing the band that I still talk to daily. You know what I mean? And then, like, especially whenever I go through those areas, it's just like, fuck, I met you literally almost 11 years ago. You know, that's just crazy. It's just crazy thinking about that. And then, you know, I don't know. I'm very lucky for that, I guess.
So Like what's one of the craziest things that's happened on tour? Like when you're asked that question, what's one of the fucking first things that just pops into your head?
When I almost stabbed to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the post office in Colorado Springs. I'm not even. I don't know. We've seen, done, and heard.
Anything that you can imagine that's happened has like.
What's the weirdest place somebody took a shit?
It was just such like. I guess that time frame, if you really think about any, like from 2003 to 2009 even, was just a free-for-all. Everybody was just kind of, every band too, just crazy things were always happening because everybody was so excited about music. So after every show, it was essentially a party. And, that doesn't necessarily mean just like complete debauchery, but you could do anything you wanted. You immediately would have people to hang out with. So you could always be having fun. And almost everybody's always like, hey, so there's this abandoned building we can go through, or this is, we can break into this, mini amusement park. There's just so many things like that where you were never bored. And then especially the places that we were playing too, you're already surrounded by people who are just idiots like us. So it's like, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Birdman also. How many times did we have to lay down on the side of the freeway?
I remember.
Or truck stop bathrooms or flooded alley?
So there's this game, we won't give you the full detail, but essentially if you lose this game at any point where you're having to lay on your back. So
wherever you are.
No matter where. So we would pass like each other on the highway, like other bands would pass us. And then you would literally have to stop in the middle of the fucking highway, get out, lay down, jump back up and hop in. Like it was just so fucking
I'm trying to do an interview here, Mark. You're ruining everything.
I've already blocked it.
I'm just gonna do it. It's fine.
Yeah, lay down, dickhead.
Oh my God, fuck you. Let's just bring it to the floor. It's fine. It's really nice down here.
We'll just say it's led to some dangerous things.
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
Lay down. Oh, well, you gotta. If it's
I'm getting.
so
That's so hard now.
So then, you're going, it's like, haha, and you're like, are you fucking serious? So you're already, like, kind of getting wet, but then you're laying in a fucking puddle.
We've done
and then
this-
you're wet for the rest of the damn day.
Yeah, no.
Where are you going to
especially
change?
on tour.
Like, do we even have an extra pair of clean underwear? Probably not.
Joey Russo had to lay in a puddle of mud in the back of an alley like the third day of tour.
I didn't even bring a change of clothes.
Didn't bring a change of clothes.
Fucking
Like 3 days.
It was just so fucking
No, we had one too where I think it was we were in 2 separate cars for some reason. Birdman, I think it was me and Nick Birdman to you and someone else behind us on the freeway.
Nick just texted
So he
us.
literally just put on his hazards in the middle of the freeway, stopped, got out, laid down in the freeway, got back.
Nick texted us saying, fuck. I completely forgot. Crying. Typical Nick. I would,
Defend my otter.
yeah,
Son
we're
of a
defending
bitch.
your otter right now, buddy. We love you.
So is there anything in the comments right now, Dylan? Or anything?
There's probably
I wanted to ask who has the worst odor.
Oh, me. 100% me.
Just smells like dog and spicy ramen.
Yeah,
Nominates himself.
it literally just smells like something died after a couple days. Like I will have accumulated so much sweat and dirt and like blood like on tour. I just smell like
Yeah. Had a propensity to cover ourselves in our blood. Unfortunately. Actually, no, not unfortunately. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, how many of you guys would get into literal like, knife fights like those? Today? Or should we leave that out? Okay, yeah, we'll stop.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Patrick, first, how did you guys record Summer Sampler and Plague Notes? They are both so raw and crazy, quality-wise.
So Summer Sampler was done with this kid Tony. He also played drums and Plague Notes. So I was going in order. Well, I might as well bring up the first thing because we did just one song, and I did that as a home recording where I did vocals, guitar, and then we had this drummer. His His name was Jordan. He played like literally one show. It was out. Then we had this kid Tony.
Dryer.
Yeah, and he played on both of those records. We recorded. I'm trying to remember where. Yeah, okay. We did them both at this venue in Des Moines called Vaudeville Muse, and the sound engineer there had recording equipment. We just did it, and he did it for like literally nothing. And I was like, "Well, this sounds raw. It sounds cool. Fuck it." This kid Aaron was doing vocals on sampler. What was technically he was on Plague Notes.
Yeah.
Well, and then we technically did something in between, which was like the Muslim split, which was half the songs that were on Plague Notes. I did vocals on that, guitar on that, bass on that, and this really shitty drummer did drum on that. And then his name was Ian. Fuck him.
Anyways,
And,
no remorse.
oh, fuck him. Who cares? He was a deadbeat dad. Fuck him.
Oh.
Cool.
And then Plague Notes, Angus, really myself, Tony on drums, and we did it at Vaudeville Muse again. Same guy who did the Summer Sampler one. So yeah, and it was just like the room was big enough, so you're gonna have it sound big, but still just be really gross because I wanted it to just sound nasty. Made sense, Yep.
Right on.
I know that was.
So, Dylan, do you have anything else you wanted to ask?
I don't know. Is there something you want me to ask them?
Well,
No, I'm good right now. No, I'm good.
okay. So, there's some other stuff in the comments that I'm seeing.
Oh, Keith wants to ask about any good stories about Cloacal Kiss.
Yeah, really, really nice human beings. They only ended up being able to do a couple of the days because they ran into like some vehicle issues, wasn't it? Because you were there, right, Mark?
No,
Were you?
we were supposed to.
It's so hard to remember who was in the band at one time sometimes. It's like I was there the whole stretch. Brett was there quite a bit of it. Mark, right at the end, you were like, pretty consistent post there, like to the end, minus like one small chunk when Joey was drumming. I just remember them being really, really nice people more than anything, because I'd always talk to the guitar player, Nick, on like, I'm trying to think if it was actually like a messenger. It was MSN or AM or something like that, which RIP.
Rest in peace, AIM.
Yeah, my old screen name, XX Bass Punker, or XX. That was the first one. Oh, yes, Electric
Sheep.
Electric XXX Sheep,
Yep.
which I remember getting told by a potential employer that they asked me if. So I got asked about the email. Is that like, because it's Philip K. Dick, Electric Sheep, like, and then Straight Edge, and they're like, is that like weird sex porn involved with like electronic like devices and sheep? And I was like, absolutely not. What? And he's like, you might want to change your email for future reference. And I was like, oh shit. No, I remember Rich like was essentially like blind at that point. Like he always had to wear glasses. I think he got like surgery on his eyes or whatever to like to correct it. But I remember he always had to be wearing these ridiculously big shades.
BCG.
And I was just like, all right, man, that sucks, but super great, and they sounded awesome fucking live. Like just like it was like a machine. You know what I mean? I mean, they already had that sound a little bit, obviously, like on record. That's what they were kind of going for. But like live, they would be playing the drums through a PA and like some sample stuff, and then the guitars were always like cranking the mids, turn a lot of the lows down, so everything it just literally sounded like you were just listening to a machine grinding things. And, like, versus vocals were just so over the top. It was awesome.
Well, so we're gonna get into the Would You Rather section. Mark has already sat through the Would You Rather section, so he can just kind of chime in, I guess.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh yeah.
All right.
I saw the polls.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been asking in a lot of different groups, and it originated in Scram Cave, I believe. But we have gathered up a lot of questions from people, and they want to know: would you rather eat a light bulb every day, but when you poop it's okay? Or would you rather eat whatever you want, and when you poop it's light bulbs?
so you're always going to shit out shattered glass in the second instance. I'll eat the fucking light bulbs. I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I already have chromes.
Yeah,
I'm in bad situations constantly.
I've been stabbed, lit on fire, had bottles shattered on me. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat a light bulb.
I mean, I'm assuming there's no repercussions for eating the glass, correct? So just grind it into a powder and half, right?
I mean, even if I have to chew the glass, that's not the worst thing that's ever
you
happened.
can make it into powder right there, have that as a little seasoning, and then here you go on your ramen.
I believe that's what Mark.
Right? Isn't that what you just did, bud?
Mortar and pestle. I don't care. If it comes out okay and I'm not shitting blood, I'll chew up that glass. I literally do not.
I think that was what I said. Like, I would totally be fine eating glass as long as it didn't cut my fucking ass on the way out.
Well, I mean, technically, you could get it down to a science where you just poop light bulbs. Like, just have to.
Is it like a whole light bulb, actually? Like, what if it's, like, not breaking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could manage to get it out without breaking it. It'd probably take a couple tries, but I mean, you could get like a poop stool. Take some.
Did you remember that video where the guy put the glass up his ass?
I don't. Yeah.
What was that? One man, one jar, or something like one guy, one.
Yeah,
jar?
one jar.
I thought it was part of the BD Olympics. I can't remember though.
What a fucking idiot! That's all I gotta say.
Oh, fuck.
You just remember him like scrambling like on his tiptoes, like. I'm sorry, that's unjust. Doing that, gotta come.
All right,
what's next?
Would you rather drown in piss or vomit?
Piss.
Piss is sterile.
That's what I fucking said. That's exactly what I fucking said. This is sterile. It's fine.
So Houlihan.
Dude, I've been wiping butts for years. It doesn't matter.
I thought you were changing that question up.
Pee every time you stand up, or shit every time you sit down?
Wait, what?
What was it?
Pee every time you stand up, or shit every time you sit down?
Is it a full piss, or like a fiddle?
It's a stream.
Oh, I got shit when I sit down. It's much easier to conceal and deal with.
You're just gonna conceal shit in your pants.
Fine.
Just live in shame. Just own it.
I can shit the bed, stand and clean it, and then just stay standing the rest of the day. Having to like.
That sounds pretty crappy, man.
I mean, everything is really so good.
It's very
about shit when I sit down. I mean, it's way more comfortable, anyways. Who doesn't like just sitting down for a shit and just doing it, you know?
You can just always sit on a toilet. I think that's what.
You get a hover round.
It's bad that that's why I was literally just sitting there pondering. I'm just like, what if I could make a contraption? And then I was like, wait a minute, it's called a wheelchair, bro. It's a thing that's already invented.
It's like the horse trough that goes over their face. Just
like for your ass.
Yeah.
For your ass.
So you just deuce in a wicker basket, you know, just under you that's.
Well, you know, and the thing is too, it's like, you know, I was worried about the smell, but they do have those things now where it's like a shield and like the water, you know, that covers up like the poop smell.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could figure out. Okay, actually, they do make underwear that has like a filter around the butt, so when you fart, it actually is like a mint smell that comes out now. Real stuff.
Like, see how that works with shit.
I'm sure it can absorb.
You want to hang out one of these nights and just
let's do it.
All right.
You know, I think that we're the only creature that's like ashamed of our shit. We're like, oh, we have to poop into water.
He's ashamed of you pooping, or he's ashamed that he's being. He's like, can you give me some privacy? I'm proud of what I'm doing, but I'm not proud of the act of what's happening right now. I'm so ashamed of myself.
Humans are so spoiled. We're just like, oh, we need to poop into water. Might as well be pooping into champagne or something.
But to be fair, have you ever pooped in a situation where like there's not water though? Have you ever done that?
It's rank.
Well, hold on. What is the worst shit story from tour?
We have an incredible amount.
I was literally about to be like, well, I got one for you, actually. On the very first tour I did, we ended up getting kicked out of this house, actually. And not that we were being bad, it's just like we ended up not really, like, the person told us it was their roommates, and it wasn't their roommates. In fact, it was their parents, and the dad literally came in with a fucking shotgun,
Sweet
and it was
bed.
just like, whoa! So we had to kind of leave, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of like scared the shit out of me. So, but I had to go. And here's my logic on the situation. Like, I'm not gonna crap my pants, but like, we're like, everybody's kind of like getting into the van, and then I just kind of squat because it was by a field. But my problem is, all right, so the logic is if you just go down, the underwear's not necessarily going to be over it, but it was still far enough by my ankles that when I shit, it went right back into my fucking pants. and so then I'm like, God damn it! And so I just kind of left the underwear, like this full of shit, right there at the edge of the property, and just kind of had to like, make my way back. It was miserable.
Dylan wasn't that lucky.
Incredible shit stories, but they're too ridiculous.
There's a lot. Why is there so much like fecal freakout issues going on here?
I don't know. I mean, like Dave and Rich and all of us, you know how we get. So.
All right.
So that box doesn't have enough feces in it. Better fill it up.
Speaking of shit, would you rather secrete a small amount of shit like sweat from your skin, or every day, or for one day a month, turn into a full-fledged were-turd on a full moon?
Were-turd, because that would be so much damn fun.
Were-turd, dude. Yes, absolutely.
I would just go around. Okay, I would find a way to like find a theme park. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, come on over, let me give you that big chocolatey hug.
Could you imagine like trying to do something like? Could you imagine trying to like do some like really off the wall shit? Like I'm gonna rob
Literally
a bank.
off the wall shit.
Rob a bank has a were-turd.
A were-turd.
Like you walk into a bank and you say, "Give me all the money." The teller looks up and goes, "What the fuck is that? Take it. Please leave. You're disgusting. Go away. Take the money." All sorts of ridiculous things of this nature. If you're a were-turd.
I don't think there's any cop on earth that loves his job enough to arrest a giant turd.
If I'm like a walking
Well,
shit.
and imagine, because like you would be like an actual like huge impact to the community, like in a positive way, because everybody's gonna be like, oh, there it is coming down there.
Like the town mascot.
Man, no,
dude, just doing log rolls. Just if you are a giant shit, can you imagine the coverage you would get if you just laid down and rolled down the sidewalk? It would just be a thin carpet of people.
Question: is that like your skin technically? Are you like losing parts of
I don't know.
yourself right there?
I'm picturing this as a hairy Mr. Hanky for Christmas.
Okay.
So I'm assuming.
Am I having really bad like fangs and stuff like that too? And is there like an actual mouth? Like, it would be like there would be some like just like some shit.
I have
There's,
a
like,
question, Nick. If you eat while you are a were-turd, do you secrete a person since you are the poop? What comes out of you?
I don't think anybody's ever got this deep before. I don't know.
Shit.
That
You would literally just poop like little baby arms or something, like. Just...
That's what you go to immediately, baby arms. I'm just thinking of like
This solidifies
Mae Young
my
in
choice.
WWE when she gives birth to Mark Henry as give the hand. it's a hand. Vince McMahon.
Oh my god! Thank you for reminding me of that.
Hey, wrestling was awesome. You know, it still fucking is.
So, would you rather have two sphincters on the palms of your hands or on the bottoms of your feet?
I would do hilarious things. It's like Iron Man, but you
Just
spray
like-
shit. Just yeah. Someone's
Can I have a half and half? Like one of each?
Oh god, just can you imagine like being at a restaurant, they hand you a menu and you're just like just all over the place. Like, watch the repulsion just. No, that'd be hilarious.
You could do a really cool magic trick where you just like put your hands together and
And then you're just bringing out the double one?
create a shit log.
You get the two great stick, dude.
That's
You can
100%. I'm thinking of all the possibilities. They're endless. You're like, oh my god. See, and then that goes back into the theme park thing. If you're like, what was it, the were-turd?
Yeah.
The were-turd, you know what I mean? So if you have that as well, oh my fucking god, it's like a balloon of shit. You know what I mean? Making the shit animal, the balloon of shit animals.
Oh yeah, dude. Shit wrap, one next shit wrap. Yeah.
You could just be like a filthy superhero.
Yeah. I mean, I
This
know
is
these are would you
superhero-
rathers, but these are kind of like great
This
things
is a
I would love to
superhero
do.
that we deserve.
Yeah.
I just imagine like little cat buttholes on your palms of your hands. That's like that's all that I can think of.
They have those little cat like
Fuck with my cat count.
what are those like the little beads that they put in front of the cat buttholes now? So when they lift the tail or whatever, but you have one of those on your hand, so it's like censored at least most of the time.
The turd cutter charm.
The turd cutter charm, yeah. I miss the turd cutter.
Turd cutter.
We actually had a trailer called
Star.
the Turd Cutter because it literally looked like a big piece of shit. Like, and it was pretty much. So yeah, the Turd Cutter.
Remember the time I had to fucking take Travis to go to get to New York to pick that thing up because he went and took Rose Funeral on tour and it fucking broke his van down or some shit?
Max has a tendency to just leave his vehicles all over the country.
I wasn't there, thankfully, but that was only one time.
Remember that one time I had to go pick up the van too? You sent two of us on this endeavor.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Max. It wasn't Max because Max sold a turd cutter to Corset, so it was Travis from Corset that had to ride with me to go get it from New York.
Oh,
and it was fucking stupid.
One time. Okay.
So
only one. Shit.
Oh, the one I had to deliver was the one van with Raptor Kill behind it. That was left in Howell? I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere in Michigan.
Yeah.
I had to drive it back out
Well,
to
yeah,
Iowa.
it's because that was my first attempt to move to Michigan. Remember?
Oh yeah, when you
and
were
then
trying.
you were already kind of like on the way or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just worked out because you're a sweet, sweet boy.
So would you rather have pubic hair for teeth or teeth for pubic hair?
Oh my god.
Teeth for pubic hair.
Okay.
It's cool. It's fuck it.
It's so scary because you
I
gotta
just think that would
about
make
it,
such
you know
a
what I
sick
mean?
Can I
album
shave?
cover.
Didn't they make that movie Teeth or whatever, right? About like the
Could I
vagina
shave
with
my
the
teeth?
in it?
My pubic teeth?
I imagine you'd have to like pop them like pimples out of your.
Filing them out.
I mean, as long as it's not on the shaft, I'm game. Fuck it.
No, it's going all the way down there. You know how the anatomy works.
Look at Mark. He's just like, fuck these guys. They're ridiculous.
No. Because like when they asked me that, like I envisioned it was just gonna be like chainmail. It's just like rows of teeth that are just like it's basically like having a
so it looks like a trail of teeth.
Have you seen Zero?
I like how when Mark thinks of his pubes, he thinks of them going all the way up his chest.
So,
From his chest
all right, you should see him
pubes
with
down
shirt.
to his ball fro.
That's literally
A
what's
nice
happening.
bead.
I envision pubes for teeth. I just think of like whales with their
Oh, fucking
Okay,
hell.
Thank you.
full.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
really. That sounds like a really sick band name, dude. Pubes for teeth. I think that's a
Pubes
sick
for
band
teeth.
name.
Go for it.
But the split coming out with We Came with Broken Teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go
With
with yeah,
broken pubes.
teeth for pubes.
Have you interviewed them yet?
No, I have not.
You should.
Not really.
you had one.
Not really chomping at the bit for the "We Came with Broken Teeth" interview.
Hey, they were actually very, very nice people. Just a side note. Very, very nice.
So, Cheeto fingers or continuous pee drip?
Oh God, that's both terrible.
Okay, are we talking about like literally having Cheetos 4 fingers, or are we talking about just having that
Cheeto
powder
dust?
never coming off of your fingers?
Infinite Cheeto dust.
Dude, this is probably the worst one you provided, despite the fact that the rest dealt with feces on everything.
You know what?
I'm just getting started.
Thankfully, I'm vegan, so that's never going to happen anyway. So I'm going to go with that because I'm canceling it out.
Cursed
Man.
with dust.
I'm just trying to find a circumnavigate
Wait.
every issue. That's my problem. I'm not actually just accepting it. I'm going, how can I get around this problem? Like, there's a way to solve the issue.
This one
Why
is
is that
fucking
happening?
awful.
Okay, think about this. Who cares about your fucking fingers? Do you really want to have the pee drip all the time?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is terrible. The Cheeto
You're
dust.
also, you're
I'm a man who loves mechanical keyboards, and I can just not go.
okay, well, you're something to remember too. You're already,
yeah,
are
you
you
know
married? So you're not going to have to impress anybody.
I'm pretty sure Shay would be livid if I was just like, hey,
No,
check out my
like-
fucking soggy fucking pee dick, you know?
See, that's
Like, it doesn't matter if you're married or
That's
not.
my point.
A
That's
nasty
what I'm
drippy
saying. Have the
faucet
Cheeto
is...
hands.
Yeah, no, drippy
You know why?
faucets is no good whether you're single, married, dating.
That's
it
my
doesn't
point.
matter.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you go with the Cheeto hands.
Max
because
solved
you
it for me.
because
It's
you
Cheeto
can,
fingers.
because you can put on gloves like like the Michael Jackson gloves or whatever.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Soggy pee
Form
dick.
fitting, so you can
Soggy P Dick is a better band name.
Okay.
yeah, no, pee dick is not doable.
Nipple-sized penis or penis-sized nipples?
Nipple-sized
I'm picturing a million funny things actually with that one because I'm literally just and let's see, and obviously at first you're gonna be like, okay, you're just gonna have a massive schlong right there, but I think it's so much funnier just thinking the tiniest thing, but with like a super big head for your nip. So then when it gets hard, it's just literally like you just I don't know.
You got growers, not showers.
Not a shower.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with a dick the size of a nipple? I mean, it's useless. So I'll take the nipple-sized, I'll take the dick-sized nipples.
Like I said, just rub it out.
I mean,
it's like a little bonus.
What good is a dick if it's a bump? It's not there. So
Soggy dick nipples.
With that every day, okay?
You know what? I happen to like where mine's at, and
it's not
I'd
there.
rather not
so you're doing all right. Okay.
I would rather not like the. Was that like an eighth of an inch dick? Did you even pee with that? Like you'd have to get the tweezers, man. Fuck that. Anyways.
We're diving into a whole different subject, so let's venture forward.
All right. So you guys wanted it to get worse, so here you go.
Oh,
great.
Would you rather watch your parents have sex for the rest of your life, or join in once to stop it?
Okay. You're not going to give any like information on like, I mean, am I having to sit there during the whole time and just be like, all right, am I in the same room? Is it like on the TV? Is it like, wait a minute, okay, so is it like every time I open my eyes, that's all I'm seeing, correct? Like, no matter what.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
I get a FaceTime from my mom, just banging. I check my email, banging.
This is like unfathomable to me. It's too much. I don't know.
One and done. I don't fucking care.
Is there a secret option 3 suicide?
One and done.
That was mine.
Fuck it, dude. You know what I mean? There's a thing called therapy.
I'll go with drowning and pissed.
Therapy handles a lot of things, and I feel like I can move forward with my life. I feel like I would get really bummed, like I said, opening my phone, and then there it is, and there it is, and there it is. So yes, one and done.
Yeah, drowning and piss.
So, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I'll do both.
You just mix it up.
Taking them all.
Once.
To be honest, I would go for the horse one, even though I fucking hate horses. So, but I mean, we're only talking about size.
Shay's about to come through this door and hit you.
Good, whatever.
No, I will fight the horse-sized duck and the 100 ducks.
You're gonna ride the horse-sized duck into the 100. Ah! Freedom!
I will shoot that snake through my bow. No, I'm good to fight all of them at once. I don't care. I'm ready.
You're like dressed up like you're in Apocalypse Now. I mean, you're just coming through the water on the duck or whatever.
Would you rather shower in fish tank water for the rest of your life, or have raisins for fingernails?
Raisins for fingernails?
Yes.
Jesus.
I like raisins. I mean, I can just keep eating my fingernails. Fuck it, I'm going with that. That's tight.
I guess I'll take that too. I chew my fingernails. I hate raisins, but I mean, like, eating a fish
Enjoyable.
No, I mean, I don't like raisins. So
I do, so fuck it. I like oatmeal raisin cookies.
It would be far less terrible to just chew something that tastes terrible all the time, rather than smelling awful all the time. I'll take the fingernails made of fucking raisins.
Absolutely. Bring them on.
Arms for legs or legs for arms?
I will take arms for legs.
What? Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
Arms for legs or legs for arms? You get like a set of 4.
It would actually be kind of fun thinking about like me walking technically on my hands and like my legs. Just go along.
Hey, when he comes back, make him lay down on the floor.
Okay. Got it. No, you saw it. Don't even play it.
But you didn't lay down earlier.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like actually how fun it would be literally having just like 4 sets of like hands just crawling around. Oh my god, that would actually be really fun.
Think how productive you would be.
You know how I like to multitask regardless. So like I'm just thinking of literally like
Yeah. Exactly.
Got him. Old. God. Alright, you already got me. I just did 2. You
That's
fucking
fine.
terrible bastard. Anyways, alright, so I left off at,
Arms
Yeah.
for legs.
so I'm good with that one. Where are we at now?
Desert Island question. You get 1 item, 1 artist, and 1 food.
Desert Island question?
Yes.
Okay, so I get 1 item, 1 artist, like CD or something.
I guess
One
you
food.
could just have like Bob Ross come and paint with you the entire time.
That'd be pretty fucking sick.
That's fucking
But bringing a
tight.
person is kind of like cheating, because I could like call for MacGyver, and just have him take care of the situation.
Dude, have you seen that giant lizard called MacGyver on the internet?
No.
This lady has like a pet, like it's just this giant fucking like lizard. And called MacGyver. I don't know.
This is where we're going with this. So my food is probably either going to be cheeseburgers or buttered noodles. Desert Island shit.
A man after my own heart.
So, yeah, I'm gonna-
Buttered noodles is my fucking jam.
Cheeseburgers. Artist would probably have to be. I need something that's like covers the whole spectrum in diversity, which is actually impossible. Never mind. I don't know. I'd probably grab like either Bled or. I think that's a safe good. I think it's a safe bet. I'll take the Bled for my desert artist or desert island artist, and then item. I'd bring a gun so I could either hunt or off myself if it becomes an extremely desolate situation with no signs of hope whatsoever.
Right on.
Please, full magazine.
Only 1.
I mean, if you're gonna give me a crate of ammo, I'll take it. But I mean, in this situation, I'm assuming you get like a single firearm with
You
a
get
single
the
magazine.
gun, but all the rounds have been already.
I mean, I can bludgeon a rabbit with that if I have to eat it.
Jesus.
I can't off myself though, so that's sort of self-defeating.
No, you can do yourself.
So so I'll take the gun with a loaded magazine. With this shit Max is trying to pull here.
All right.
What's or what? No, we need Max's. I need to know his desert island artist, his food, and his item. I'm assuming his is going to be Weezer.
No, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Probably Roy Orbison. Dude, get down with Roy. You know what my mom said? No, Roy Orbison would be cool. Food? Yeah. Probably just like a stir-fry dish. Basic stir-fry, you know what I mean? Just veggies, noodles. That's fine. I can handle that. I mean, I'm assuming that I'm just going to have just crazy ready-made ones. So for some reason that's happening. So it's like every day, here I go. I'm fine. Actually, take that back. I want the fucking chili ramen back. Give me the chili ramen, tofu, and celery. Give me that.
What's your
Except for
item?
My item that I would want.
Yep.
So I can touch up on
To make a
things.
fire?
Yeah, to make a fucking fire. Shit. I'm assuming there's no electricity. Right?
You could always ask for us phone. Fuck off the island. Oversight on my end.
A fucking house. Fuck that. That's my item. Give me that. So,
Fair enough. I really like with that.
give me some shelter, right? You know what I mean?
Here I am. I'm trying to make a house with bullets over here. Max is just like, give me the fucking house.
All right.
Hey, Nick, let me do one.
All right, go ahead.
Would you rather eat chocolate pudding that tastes like shit or shit that tastes like chocolate pudding?
Shit that tastes like. Fuck it.
That's a good one.
I will take the chocolate pudding that tastes like shit.
Ugh.
I ain't getting sepsis. Fuck it.
I'm assuming it's fine.
I don't like chocolate anyway, so
Me
it already
neither.
tastes
That's what
like
it's already-
shit.
it's already terrible.
Whatever.
It's just a shitty thing.
Yeah, it's fair.
Would you rather shit out 400,000 gallons of mayonnaise or one Chinese star?
I'm adding that one to the list.
I mean, how long would it take you to shit out 400,000 pounds of mayonnaise?
About as long as it would take you to shit out a Chinese star.
Like, and just going for it, or
I think it would
Dude, I
go
need-
with the mayonnaise.
did I need to add how I'm going to be shitting? I don't really
I'm
understand.
go with the mayonnaise. Where you at, Mark? I don't think you had this question.
So wait, like with the star, like, is it gonna come out in a stream like so, or is it gonna come out as just like the fucking ball, like a mat? Well, am I gonna survive?
Gonna be...
That's what I want to know.
Whatever way you can get it out, I suppose.
I mean, it'd be fucking cool to shit out a star, because then you can say you shat out a star.
I mean, it sound cool hitting a toilet bowl.
Yeah. Neighbor's front yard.
You're bold though if you're going with the star.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. You're crazy.
You're going with the star, Mark?
You're crazy.
Yeah, I'll go with the star.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking shit it out.
All right.
Yeah, that's just gnarly.
I would have to say this is the worst one that I'm gonna ask. Brace yourselves. Would you rather fuck your mother in your girlfriend's body or your significant other's body, or would you rather fuck your significant other in your mother's body?
Not fair, Mark. Fucking copped out on this one.
All right, so
I remember this, Mark. I remember what you did, you son of a bitch.
So you're saying fuck your significant other in your mother's body, or in your significant other's body, fucking your mom,
Yes.
right? Once again, therapy I think is going to be a little bit easier, and at least I can kind of say, shut the fuck up, we're done. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go with, like, at least my significant other's, like, the body right there, because I can be like, this is a weird, twisted dream, but at least I'm not visualizing. That's what I'm going with right there.
Drown and piss. No, this is one of those serious questions where it's like, this or this, and it's like, where's that gun I got to choose from the island?
Yeah.
It's like butterfly effect.
Oh my god.
It's in my house.
I got nothing on this.
God forbid anybody ever does anything with their musical career after being on this show.
Yeah, interview. So this one time we caught this fucking podcast.
And you know what?
You said this really fucking terrible shit. How do you want to respond?
Well, I'm giving the same answer because once I would go into this dive and be like, well, here's my logic behind it.
All right. So is everybody done answering that question? Did everybody answer?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
So end it all. Anyways, where's our what do you want to post your commenters? We got any comments, questions?
Keith said, infinite sheep's clothing interview or eat too spicy ramen forever.
Wait, what was it?
Infinite sheep's clothing interview or eat too spicy ramen forever.
I mean, I'll do both at the same time. That's fine.
Yeah, I get it.
Great, actually.
It's been
Best night ever.
Should we ask the question about sheep's clothing?
Go for it.
Okay, so I don't really know too much about it. Is this a clothing line, or is this more just a reference of, like, a wolf in sheep's clothing type thing? Can you answer that? Is there clothes? Where's the clothes? What's going on here?
Eventually, I want to transform this into, like, a merch company. I want to start doing, like, screen printing and stuff like that. But when we first started out, this podcast wasn't going to be about music at all. This podcast was going to be about people asking me for life advice. People asking a dude with a forehead tattoo for life advice. So that's where the name Sheep's Clothing comes from.
I have to say, though, you made some pretty gnarly socks. So you're off to a good start.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I lost my place here. All right, you can only listen to one artist for the rest of your life, and it's Nickelback or ICP.
ICP.
ICP, yeah.
Dude, I'm literally going to Hollow Wicked, like, in a few days.
Oh, you're lucky.
I mean, I'm not really a fan of either, but I'm way less of a fan of Nickelback. I couldn't take that fucking bar rock shit for like 10 minutes, let alone a lifetime. At least there's some diversity in the ICP catalog. I'll take that.
Wasn't he fucking Big Apple?
I think they were married.
Oh yeah, so he was married to Big Apple.
The robot in a clone.
Yeah, yeah, that's not.
But no, I'll definitely take ICP. Heartbeat on that one.
Okay, I mean, at least ICP's fun.
Yeah.
You remember, like, Nickelback got, like, the rocks and mud through with them in Iowa?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Iowa finally did something worthwhile.
Yeah, no, definitely ICP on
Mark
that.
knows.
Fight a teenage bear or 3 ostriches that are on cocaine.
Wait,
Cocaine ostriches.
run that by me again?
Fight a teenage bear or 3 ostriches that are on cocaine.
Absolutely the bear, because I have experience, actually.
I'll do both of these again. Apparently, I'm all game for fighting animals. I've tried to fight a bear, and I've not fought an ostrich on cocaine, but that sounds totally fun. I'm in.
My parents actually got all the licensing and permits when I was younger to rescue a American black bear, so I had one as a child, so I already know all the weaknesses. I'm in.
Pocket sand. Works every time.
Don't run up the tree. That's all I got to say.
Have your mom or dad catch you masturbating, or you catch them?
They can
Catch
catch me
me.
masturbating. It's already happened.
Yeah, catch me. Yep. Fuck it.
Oh, I was about to say something real loud. It's not even going there.
That's cool.
Woo!
I mean, catch your ropes. Yeah, they can catch me.
I don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
Who would you?
Close the door when you're done.
Who would you want to be stuck in a Chinese finger trap with?
Oh, I thought there was like 2 options or something.
You guys are fine. I don't care.
No, it's
You're fine. It's fine.
For the rest of your life.
it's just you. Someone?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, just take my wife. That's easy.
Well, I'll be stuck with you guys. So it's like we're all 3 now. I'm like, okay.
You don't have to close your eyes, Max.
I know, it's great. Everything's cool.
Would you
I'll
rather
try to
have
keep my hand out of the room.
You stay in your blanket, dude. Stay in your blanket.
So it's like we're literally like just going. Wait, who's in the middle though? You know what I mean? Because you gotta think there's gonna be one of each. You'll probably be in the middle since there's like a
Tricky.
conflict of interest right
All
there.
right. If you gave like some sort of like ultimatum where it's
Oh
this,
fuck, dude! What if we're in like a circle?
a zero-sum finger trap game, like you have to pick someone of these people, like that
Well, we're
would
probably
be more interesting.
Yeah.
So do you have
That's what I was assuming.
you have 2
I was assuming
individuals
these two.
that you can offer to make this a really fucking awful question?
All right. Someone who only does Christopher Walken impressions, or a newborn baby.
Oh,
Walken.
Christopher Walken. Yeah. Oh yeah. All day. I don't know if you've lived with a baby,
Punt.
but they are not as fun as a Christopher Walken impersonator.
Drown.
That guy probably won't shit his pants all the time.
Yeah, you don't want to drown him out. You're just kind of like, well, this guy's kind of annoying, and this is just terrible.
You could probably
That's
get
the
his-
2 options.
he could probably get
annoying,
his own food.
terrible. Annoying, terrible.
Yeah. I don't think
Shitty
Walken-
pants. Oh god, you have to change the diaper. You're essentially now the new parent. Fuck that.
Would
Christopher
you,
Walken all day.
Oh wait.
would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys, or naked pictures of Guy Fieri?
Like on one or the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Toys, absolutely.
toys,
Because I
yeah.
mean, whatever.
Probably gonna happen anyways. It's not even hypothetical.
I mean, this is just like, well, this is our lives.
Yeah, it's cool.
The double slider.
Oh, God, do you still have that?
No.
Okay, so we had a I don't remember where we acquired this, but we had a
Mike and
very
Omaha.
where?
Mike and Omaha. I
Okay, we had a from Devilica or Optimist.
think. No, Mike. Remember Mike in Omaha, Nebraska? Wait, actually, no. We got
Megan's
it.
friend?
We found it at the haunted basement.
Yes, we did. You're right. Yeah.
Circling back.
Yes. So we had this huge ass double-sided dildo that we found at a show at the haunted basement in Iowa. Someone left it there on top of a merch tub that was discarded. We ended up keeping it in our bass drum for like years, and then our merch tub. We'd pull it out at shows and just
Whip it.
run into the crowd with this huge double dilly, and like half the time the kids were like, "This is hilarious," and then the other time the kids would be like, "Oh fuck, that's a dick," and just like literally just bolt the fuck away, like run out of the show. Like I would literally be like just screaming in the microphone, hold this dick, running into the crowd. There would literally be kids, you know, mostly Bible Belt towns, that would be like, "Fuck, he's got a dick, run!" Just like fucking bolt out of the venue, dude, just like gone. It was so fucking funny.
Okay, and then so you know that remained in the van for obviously a long time.
Yeah, we
too.
had that for a
even in the
Wow.
Rose funeral. So in the Rose funeral, we were going into Canada to do a little tour, right? And we were getting stopped. Yeah. We get stopped at the border. They take us in. They search the van or whatever, and then they kind of come in. And they were kind of being weird. They literally go, "All right, you guys can go." And we're like, "All right, cool, whatever." Go in there, you know, check out the vehicle. We see that they've kind of gone through, you know, like some of the bags, obviously, nothing new. And then it kind of just dawned on us, like, is there anything missing? Is there anything out of place? And then we're just like, wait a minute, oh shit, where's the double cider? And we see it like literally staying there. And then we all kind of turn around and look, and you literally see the dudes going, this bitch. Like, just double cider in the van, being like, fucking freaks, this big, what the hell's going on in there? So, yeah.
It'll get you out of a tight situation in many more ways than one.
Yeah.
That should be your one item on the desert island.
Oh, we broke a lot of stuff with that. I could probably take a tree down with it if we really tried. Yeah.
All right, would you rather have no penis or 5 penises?
5.
Man, imagine all the extra shit you can do.
AOE splash damage. Anyways.
But wait, how many of them have the drip like earlier?
Oh god, 5 leaky faucets. Shit. No, I'll take 5 for sure.
I just imagine how funny you would look your pants would look. Could you just see?
You got some hydrocock going on.
Hydrocock?
Hydrocock.
All right, we have two more.
Perfect.
Would you rather cut off one of your fingers or pay $5,000 of your own money for the person you hate most to go on vacation?
Finger,
absolutely. I mean, I've already almost lost this
Fuck
finger.
it.
Like, there's literally a scar here, because I've just done stupid shit. So I'm ready. This thing's dead anyway.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Whatever.
I'm a little petty.
Or okay.
Yeah. Who I would hate the most in the first place, but I don't even have $5,000 to give them. So I mean, they're kind of shit out of luck.
Fuck.
If I had that money, I guess they
you
could.
agree. Oh, no, now you're in debt because of it. Even worse.
So how far are we taking the finger down? Full finger? Stump? Halfway? What are we doing?
The whole thing.
It just says cut off a finger. You have to cut off enough that when you go to the ER, the guy's like, damn, he cut off his whole finger.
Can I sew it back on?
If you get it to the
Now you're
hospital
being
time, maybe.
Oh yeah, if they can sew it back on.
Well,
You cut that bitch off.
we're in good business then, right? All right.
Cut it off. Yep. Cut it off.
We were already there, but now we're like, fuck yeah, let's
as
just do it anyway. I mean, are we having to pay for the medical bill, or is our insurance covering this?
We'll see. We'll see where things go.
Dude, we're like about a week away
Right
from
now-
really getting screwed over.
Right now, my insurance will cover it.
Mine too.
You know, next year, maybe not. We'll visit this situation.
Would you rather fuck a jellyfish or a cactus?
What was that?
Would you rather fuck a jellyfish or a cactus?
Jellyfish. That's not very vegan, but I guess I'm going with it.
I'm trying to think the dynamics of how you.
Actually, no, we can go with the cactus because we can chop that fucker in half, and then it's got water on the inside and it's hollow. There's not the spike, so fuck it, we're going there.
I'm assuming that's not an option in this
It is.
situation.
It absolutely is. How else are you gonna fucking? Were you just gonna stick your dick on it?
Well,
Oh, cactus. No, you have to find a way.
the way I envisioned it would have like some sort of like the Woody the Woodpecker hole where he's always doing his thing.
Okay, well then you can break off
Where
the
they can
barbs.
cast her. Yeah.
So really, at the end of the day,
Difficult,
it seems
yeah.
like you're doing okay. Yeah, we're going with the cactus.
Thanks for choosing for me. Apparently, we're fucking the cactus.
together every fucking time.
Running the train of the cactus.
But you're Chinese finger trapping a cactus.
Docking at its finest.
Yep.
All right. Would you rather
Again.
would you rather live forever or die in the next 5 minutes?
5
Live
minutes,
forever.
fuck it.
I go live forever.
That sounds miserable, but I mean, the way it's going, I'm probably going to live a lot longer than a lot of people. So,
I mean, that's another one of those loaded questions. It's like, am I immortal or am I just like gifted with longevity provided I don't get hit by a bus?
that's very good. Mark.
I would like to see like where the human race ends up, whether it be like heat death from an exploding star, colonization of the galaxy, or nuclear fallout,
Think
just
about this.
wasteland.
The world
action
has
waste.
already ended or like blown up, but you're just kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm
you're
immortal,
just forever, and then you finally like land on another planet because you're able to still kind of.
if I'm immortal or invincible, blah blah blah, kill me in the next 5 minutes. If like I can die by normal methods, give me the live forever, and then I'll just do it when I need to.
It doesn't seem like to live forever then.
All right, and the last one
True.
is. Let me find it. All right. Would you rather pop one of your testicles like a grape, or eat a monster turd produced by Gabriel Iglesias with a fork and knife at a slow pace?
I'll probably eat that turd.
Oh, so now you're a turd. Remember earlier you were seeming to be able to, okay, when we're talking about the pudding, you're like,
Do
oh, no,
you want to have your testicle exploded?
I'm going back to how you were very upset earlier that I chose eating shit. Because you're like, oh, I don't want that. And
I've already come pretty close to this one.
I like my testicles a lot.
So now the shit needs to go.
Yeah, I've
I
already
will
come
eat the cat.
to exploding.
I've
I
already,
will eat the cat.
apparently in this universe that we're creating, I've already eaten shit, so I'm going for a second. I don't care. Keep in mind.
Did you just throw up like some sort of guillotine for
wait a
the
minute.
testicles here?
But we also chose having 5 penises. So we're really kind of circling back where we're now this weird thing where we're living forever with 5 dicks
Where
and eat
turd?
shit.
A 5-dicked where turd?
That is living on an island in my house. And you have your guns. Oh my god! Absolutely. Well, you drowned in piss a couple times, and I've apparently had way too
But
many
I'm invincible, so I can
relationships
continue to
with
drown in
family
piss.
members, which is really starting to bother me at this point. There's nobody left. I'm so old. I don't have therapy anymore.
We've
This
grown
is
apart,
fucked up,
Max.
dude.
We're a little different these days.
And you're a were turd on top of all that.
We're weird too. Amen.
A were turd with 5 dicks
But yeah,
who fucks his family.
lives on a desert island, only eating chili ramen, missing a finger.
You really paint the picture here.
We only have 2. I have 2 sets of hands. So,
Oh, yeah, I'm
remember,
doing
so I'm
that
just walking around. Dude, this is awesome.
Best cartwheels ever.
I know our existence is totally
Just listening to ICP.
Oh, and Roy Orbison. No, it's the remix.
You know, when
Yeah,
I
I
think
see
of it,
you doing
when I
work.
think of a giant were turd who fucks his family, like I picture him listening to ICP.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We
All
need to
right,
get
guys.
statistically inclined individuals that watch this to have this picture of this were turd.
You know, I really need to redefine the way these interviews are set up because it's like 45 minutes of talking about a band, then hey, how much would it take for you to fuck your family and cut your dick off and eat shit?
Wait, there was a week? I didn't know I was getting paid. That's,
I mean, I'm down for more band questions if you got them.
yeah, we're whatever. We're
Is there
here.
anything in the comments at all, Dylan?
No, nobody likes
Keith
this.
asked the question is, if you guys had one question to ask Jason Bowers, drummer of Psyopus and Behold the Octopus, what would it be?
How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I got no.
Is-
Can you say Sakajimika Byakamatukama Tisma?
No, I cannot.
I hope Nick is watching. That is for you, Nick.
so is there any hope for the future of Cinder Receiver?
It's one of those we'll see what happens kind of things.
I mean, how many times have we broken up now and gotten
Yeah.
together?
If you see something on Lamb Goat, we're around.
Well, the problem always was, like, we're done, and then somebody's like, hey, you want to play this fest? And we're like, all right, that sounds cool. We got
I would like to collect and put out the plethora of songs we recorded the last 4 years we were playing. Like, we hit the studio probably 3 or 4 times, and we never finished, or it came out bad, or whatever happened. I would love to have that shit finally mixed, collected, released. I'd probably like to re-record some of the vocals on that too. Just
we could really just always go in.
Hey,
with
we could
that.
always do a sheep's clothing release, man. I'd be about something like that.
I don't care. It's
Yeah,
not hand up or anything. It would actually be fun to record those things at this point.
yeah,
Because we have a bunch of songs. I had almost an entire full length written to do. So
Saviors. We were supposed to release that 8 years ago.
Ugh.
But no, I would definitely. I mean, obviously, I would love to go back out with Thunder. I love playing shows with Thunder. It's super high energy, great time every time. But no, I first and foremost, I'd like to get out the stuff that people have been waiting for and have asked us about for years, and we've just never been able to get finished, put out, released, pressed, distributed, get that done, just to finally say, hey, here it is. You've been asking for a decade. If we had it, here it is. After that, yes, definitely would love to go back out. But, it's one of those things where like we have a ton of projects, and even before we were in like 8 new bands each, like the last few years, like people would be like, yeah, come to our city, come see, come play here, we'll book you here, and the reception wasn't good, People constantly said, hey, we love your band, come play here, and we'd show up and there'd be like 10 people, and it's like, there wasn't that enthusiasm as it was portrayed, so it would definitely take some actual, perceived enthusiasm, something like really reaching out, but like, it wasn't like we were running empty in the gas tank. It was more like we were just kind of getting sick of like doing the tours, doing the weekends out, working on stuff, and like no one seemed to care. So we were just like, yeah, we'll move on to the other project we kept in our back pocket for a while. We started working on Dead Church. We started doing other stuff. We kind of branched out. If there was like a real demand, I'd be far more inclined to pursue it. But the demand it's been for the most part just kind of so.
I mean, it was just a different time frame.
Yeah.
At this point, especially because like a lot of people that were really our core fan base aren't really listening as much anymore. I mean, sure, there's like a slight like people that are obviously we're doing this right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's widespread enough to do a lot of.
Doesn't translate to.
Are we going
You know what?
money
What could possibly change that direction though, is putting out a new album.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not at all opposed to doing so. I mean,
You're not wrong at all about that.
yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, we have, like we said, we have a lot of songs that we've been sitting on. We have a lot of songs we've already recorded that we should probably fucking release. We'll see where the wind blows. Takes us, whatever. One of these days, we'll see where the wind blows. Between everything we got going on, would love to. We'll see if it happens. Would like it to. If it does, cool. If not, we're old and fucking been down this road for, let's see, it's been 20 years, Jesus Christ. It's been 10 years since the band's
Yeah, it started in 2006.
So,
All right. Well, so one of the other things I wanted to ask is we like to do a lot of giveaways on our podcast, and we were wondering if you guys had anything laying around from the Cinder days, or even if you don't have anything from the Cinder days, you could do it from, any other thing that you might have been in or whatever. But if you had any merch, you could send over.
I have a handful of like shirts, and there's a couple 7 inches left from like Big Notes.
oh, okay.
Those ones sold out years ago. Some of those Big Notes 7 inches.
I think we actually have Ring Bear merch
I was
still.
gonna say I have like literally like 4 or 5 small Ring Bear shirts left.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to toss together a care package and send it over to me, I mean, I'll pay shipping or something if that's what you guys want to do. But regardless, if you get it to me, I'll make sure it gets into the right hands. And also, if you do happen to have a Cinder receiver size 2X, I would love to have that shirt. That would be fucking amazing.
I don't know.
We actually, okay, so I actually had this discussion with someone recently too, but like, every time in any band I've been in, every time we do a merch run, it's like, we'll get like, 20 smalls, 20 mediums, like 15 larges, like 5 this, 5 that. We'll get like 3, like, double XLs,
That's how things were different like at that time, because you were ordering youth larges and youth mediums and stuff
everybody
like that.
was skinny back then.
Dude.
No, not only
older,
that.
fatter, and hairier. That is literally the dialogue that's going on.
This is the thing. On any given tour, you will straight sell out of all your smalls, mediums, and your youth larges. So every subsequent tour, you're like, print less XL, print less 2XL, print less 3XL. And as soon as you don't print like a 2XL, the first 3 fucking guys at the first show you play will be like, I need a triple XL, I need a fucking 3XL, I need a 2XL. You're like, we haven't sold one of these in 2 years. Thank you. We don't have any. First, dicks. Sorry.
Yep. And one, it just sucks too because you're having to like obviously pay to get shirts printed and stuff like that, and you're trying to do it based on what you think is going to be wanting. So you're not that bargain bin like a year later being like, who the fuck is going to actually buy this thing? You know what I mean? Like, it's just been sitting.
Dude, different areas of the country have different sizes that sell more.
Not even everybody is bigger now. Like even just in like the bands I'm in now, it's so funny seeing how I'll order the exact opposite. It'll be like XL and double X, larges, lots of larges, start to trickle down with the mediums and the smalls. I'll have only like a handful of smalls, like literally, and they sit. You'll sell out of the XLs and the larges like that.
I still got youth large Severnaya merch, and everyone that asks me, like, "Do you still have Severnaya shit?" Yeah, youth large.
And then
no one can fit it, so it's not moving anymore.
But it was just so crazy how everybody fit into that shit.
I know.
And I mean, that's not like even just like an age thing too. It was just like people that were like in our 20s. It's like we're all chunky now. We're all chunky now. That's fine, but
no,
it's crazy thinking the difference.
Yeah, no, we used to sell an ungodly amount of even youth mediums, youth large, and smalls. Just tons of it. Now, if someone asks you, "Hey, you still got merch from that band you were in 10 years ago?" Yeah, I got a youth medium, youth large, small. I can't fit into that. No one can now, but that's all we sold 10 years ago.
Yeah, and it really did start shifting once like Ring Bear started. Remember, Mark? Because remember, like you started actually ordering a little bit larger sizes even at that time frame.
Yeah,
so you have something to say.
Yeah, we actually flipped like a couple like double XLs. I remember, like, because I know we kept reordering them and shit. It's just like, wow, like there's no little kids at these shows. Like these are all adults finally. It's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were so a little younger, but like it's funny thinking I was like 17 when I started the band. You know what I mean? And then now it's just like, wow, I'm about to be 30.
Yeah, it's just 28 and fucking stuff.
All right, guys. Well, I've had you here since almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna cut you loose. I want to thank everybody so much for showing up tonight and talking about this stuff. I know that Cinder played a big role in everybody's phase growing up. Dylan, you gotta take care of that booger whistle or hit your inhaler or whatever you got going on.
Hey, me, dude. Is it me?
Damn.
It's not me. I'm
every
not doing
time you
anything.
breathe, all I hear is.
What the fuck? I'm not doing anything.
Hold your breath and let's see if we hear a whistle.
Yeah, you're just fucking breathing, man.
Breathing right in your mic. Anyway,
It's a wheeze.
I want to appreciate everybody. I want to say I appreciate everyone who came out tonight. And, just thank you so much. The last question I usually ask everyone is, what has been the most fulfilling moment of your musical career?
100% this. I got to leave a small town that I never thought I would. And like that sounds maybe a little cheesy, but I legitimately, you're kind of stuck in that situation like in Iowa where I grew up between two cornfields. I literally never thought I was going to that fucking town.
I've seen it.
And it's amazing just what, even that, especially this band. I mean, here's the reason I left and I was able to meet people, do things, get new ideas, because like thinking of who I was then and just like to where I am now, how much the opportunities because of that band opened up, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of crazy. I really never thought I was going to leave, and I've seen a lot of the world. It's fucking cool. So that 100%.
I mean, that's it basically. I got to travel all over the place and get paid to do it while screaming at people. And I've met an incredible amount of people all over the place, made some of the best friends of my entire life. Just from starting out, make crappy covers in the basement with some of my friends from school, to literally traveling the entire North American continent, making bonds, meeting people, learning about different lifestyles, cultures, just like how people live their lives, and having a great time doing it. I mean, even the worst nights where we had terrible shows, I still walked away having a good time, just getting on stage, just being energetic, just letting loose, doing my own thing.
Crazy time.
Yeah, just you can't replicate that kind of feeling. There's different highs in life, but like just getting up on stage and just losing your shit and having people love it, and just doing it in a different city every night and traveling the entire country while you do it. It's just, there's nothing like it, man. It's
same thing with Mark though too. I mean, legitimately, I remember you were just fresh out of high school, right?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like meeting you guys was probably like that was my moment, because it was just like I wouldn't be able to say I was able to do any of the shit that I've done over the last couple of years at all without like knowing you guys and like being friends with you, and like all the opportunities that have come from just like hanging out and just, I don't know.
It's a kind of outlet.
And I'm gonna to say by meaning he hadn't done shit. It was just the same thing as me. He was in a small fucking cornfield town where, what are you gonna do? I remember like, you really hadn't even traveled to many of the towns outside of it at that point. You know what I mean?
Not really.
It's just kind of crazy. And then I remember seeing when you started touring with me, it was like literally watching almost the same thing. And I remember you being like, I've fucking been here. I've not done this. And I was like, it's fucking sweet. And then you get love. You can't, like, that's what's cool about music. It does create a lot of opportunities. And, you know, shit. Thinking about.
But it also creates the bug, like you said. Constantly want to go. You'll never want to stop once you start. And if you do, you were never in it in the beginning.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you were just kind of like.
Your heart was never completely in unless you want to go 24/7. You always fucking want to tour. You want to play out constantly.
Yeah, or at least just keep creating music at the
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely.
Like, that's more my pace now. Is like I just want to keep putting out records over and over.
Oh, I always want to be out, but you know, it's hard. You get old.
It sucks, man. My knees are so shitty. Like, I told you,
Why did you leg braces? You can run out there, Forrest Gump on stage. I don't care.
I just played in Chicago last night.
I'm sorry for slacking you. You said it was bad.
And you know how miserable it was even coming back, just being like, oh my fucking
But at least it was Cobra Lounge, man. I love playing that
It
place.
was cool.
They are some of the. If anyone watching forgets the chance to play there, they are some of the nicest people, most generous individuals that will ever have you up for a show there.
Yeah, they are.
Try their mac and cheese. It is delicious.
Facts.
Oh, I'm serious. I've never been treated so well by a place as probably Cobra Lounge. Show up. We have apartments upstairs. The beds are shrink wrapped. You can open them up and stay in. All the fridges are stocked with liquor, by the way. Feel free to drink as much as you want. Also, we have meals comped for 24 hours.
It's just nuts, and it's been like that every single time I've been there.
No, they are
Over multiple
wonderful.
years.
If you have a chance to play there, do it. Plus, the crowd every time I've been there has been literally packed out the door, and it's like 500 capacity.
No, it's not that. It was way smaller than that. It's 300. Well, yeah, because it was sold out last night, actually.
Okay.
That's the only reason I know.
Fair enough.
Only reason I know.
Anyways, now, like, back to your question, yeah. This offers opportunities, other things, you know, jobs, you know, just anything, really. No,
Dude, 100%. Yeah.
you just don't get the same life experience doing anything like this as this offers. You get to travel, meet people, and unless you're playing, you know, behind barriers and arenas, you know, you get to meet people that you never thought you would meet. You get to experience different things that you would never normally have done, and it's just great, man. I mean, you get paid. Even if you don't get paid, you still get enough, at least gas money wise. You get to another place you've probably never been, to scream at people that just want you to scream at them, and then just get hype with them, and you know, have a absolutely wild time, and you know, it's different. There's nothing like it. Very enjoyable. Rewarding.
Oh, why by mistake, actually. I just kind of looked at the comments for the first time. Yeah, we toured.
Bloodfest?
Yeah, we were supposed to tour, and then they dropped off, and we're at Bloodfest and stuff like that.
Well, I know you played with Matt Bloodfest, because I played that too when I was with Seven Eye at the time. But they were there. So I stood on stage when they played. That crazy chaos pad.
I also see, well, they ended up dropping off because, like, I don't remember what it was, but it actually worked out really great because, like, I think we had worked out, like, decent things for both bands, and then every night the shows were still good. They said, keep the whole thing for both. So we came home, like, with double the money we were expecting. I was like, this fucking rules. I see Chaz Lee.
Oh, Chaz from Demeanor?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Chaz. Long time no see.
Me and my friend Cody / Demeanor.
Yes. That
really tickles my fancy anytime he comments on anything I do. Like, I fucking love it.
Chaz and Cody were a blast.
He is one of the best human beings, and I still talk to him. Not as much as I'd like, but I'm liking the comments.
I hope both of you guys, I don't know if Cody's around anymore, but I hope both of you guys are doing well.
Yeah, I think Cody owns a screen printing shop, and I think is good.
Demeanor's still playing shows.
Wait. No? Really?
Here and there. It's not as much, but they do play.
Dude, I would love to do another show with them.
I see Angus commented on there at one point.
Why isn't Angus on this?
Here.
Oh, come on, Angus. You were supposed to be involved with this.
You probably should have been. Oh, well.
Anyways.
I mean, we just wasted it.
Yeah, anyone else got any stuff? We're here, you know. If you got questions, throw them out.
There's probably nobody even watching anymore. They're just like, man, this band is fucking boring.
One guy just fucking sits there and stares.
Cody Wick is
Cody
watching.
just now showed
Hi,
up.
Cody. You just caught literally the very end.
He can go back and watch it, and then I'm also going to upload it to YouTube and Bandcamp as well, so it's going to be around forever.
Nice.
Just collecting dust and collecting views.
Everybody's gonna know all about like the whole weird shit stuff and like the family stuff. Great, that's awesome. See, we're playing for this job, and
The internet is forever.
I just seen a job interview. So I saw this random interview, and it seems like there's some weird comments that you seem to have and opinions about shit. And
so, was there anything else that you guys wanted to like promote or plug or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean we got tons of fun stuff for that. Actually, Mark, you started off. You've been sitting for a while.
I'm playing a vape shop. Doing like a noise set at a vape shop. That's gonna be really stupid. And I'm playing a fest in like the Quad Cities. And other than that, I started like a noise grind thing with my buddy called Lackluster. And Shoto just started practicing again. And then, yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I'm just gonna work. That's my name.
sure. I guess for musical stuff, I talk about the bands that I'm playing in right now. But Pure Hiss is about to put a 7-inch out on Skeletal Lightning. That label rules, and I'm really excited about that. In the new year, we're playing Maryland Death Fest, Damage City Fest. A couple things I can't announce yet. I'm like doing a couple tours on the East Coast. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to go do a West Coast thing too, like just fly out and do that. Law is going to be recording, I believe, some new songs for a 7-inch, and we're playing with Judge in like a week and a half, which is going to be interesting. I don't know how many of those guys are straight edge anymore, but I mean, at least we're a whole straight edge, right? And that Treason just put out a 12-inch on New Age Records. We're about to record songs for our 7-inch as well, and we're playing a bunch of different stuff, like a bunch of events and stuff like that early in the new year that we can't announce yet because they haven't announced it. And then Dead Church is about to record for 2 records, a full length. We're on 12 or 13 songs, plus about 4 or 5 more for a split 7-inch. We're going to do like a little Canada run, and then I think we're going to go into like Costa Rica and stuff like that too. And Trees is also over to Europe and stuff too. So very much going to be packed with music over the next year, which I'm pretty excited about. Get to travel and just put out a lot of records. You mentioned earlier that I run a venue. I've been running a venue called The Sanctuary for the last 3 years in Detroit. It just unfortunately closed, like literally like a week ago. We just had our last show there because just issues with the neighborhood. And I'm in the process of getting some things together to get something else going for that, Because, I mean, once again, music's a bug, and we have that, and it's just like, that's what I want to do for this. I like music, sound, and booking bands. So, yeah, there's that. Brett. Sorry, that was way too much.
Thanks, dude. Now, right now I'm just working on that Deeper Graves project. You guys seen that? I'm working on that with Ivan Fargo for my Speed and Calculus. I'll be hitting the studio tomorrow. Be providing you with a track for upcoming release. And then
yeah, I'm
also working.
The shit that's going into that is crazy. Like, I wish I could just. Actually, I might just send you a list of the shit in the email so you could just see how awesome it is so far.
I would love to do that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I should have you that shortly.
Maybe we'll do
And then
song for that.
I would love that. If you do comp 2, we'll have some Thunder songs. Doing that though, have another project I'm starting doing some recordings for this week. I'll see when that takes off. That might be another project rolling out. After or knock out this next visit to the studio with Deeper Graves, I'm going to probably start working on getting the lineup filled out for starting to do live shows and working on an album. We got songs we've been sitting on for a little bit too that we need to finish. We've got some guys in the pipeline, some other ex-Sender and Kissy Face guys that might be rounding out the lineup too. So I'm hoping to hit the stage soon with that. Yeah.
Good boy.
So,
right on.
Other than that, Their stuff is hiatus. You know how that goes.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks for coming out, and it's been great.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for anybody that watched. Thank you for absolutely having us. Just hit one of us up. I'll see what I have for that merch stuff, and I can send it over. I don't care if that'd be cool. I'll send like a couple 7-inches and shirts if I have them and stuff
Awesome.
like that.
And we got to reschedule that Kissy Face interview as well.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
It's very difficult. One, I'm forgetful and have been busy, and two, those guys are very difficult to communicate with. Like social media presence is like nil.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, I feel like I have to send like a carrier pigeon to. You know, so I'll get with you on that.
All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you later.
Mark, miss you, love you, baby.
One last thing.
Love you guys.
Oh, we have one more question.
Yeah, it was literally only in
Put
it was-
discography.
It was in drop C, and then later on it was just in drop B. So nothing crazy. Put out a discography and bang.
You can always go back through and answer questions in the comments if they pop up.
Yeah,
'cause-
I'll pop off.
Check you later, guys.
We'll get back. We'll get back to you on discographies, but like I said, if we might aim to put out a compilation at one point.
All right. Take care.
Again, thank y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.
All right. Seemed like Mark was trying to get out of there a long time ago. He's like, I already been through this once.
He's trying to get out of there 2 weeks ago.
All right. Well, I got to run up to the old Cavi bar. I have to cut this one a little bit short, Dylan.
See you, dude.
Such nice guys. Nice guys. We'll see
Always
you guys
and
next
forever.
week with members of Psyopus.
Lit, bro.
Bye.